Hey guys, gals, and especially Murrines. I do these videos, like I said, so my son knows this stuff's done, and if you want to copy it, you can copy it and do whatever you want to do, or turn the damn channel, whatever you want to do. But I'm showing you what's been going on. So all the wires are ran for the A pillars, which is right here. That's all the A pillar wires. I ran 4. Once again, all OFC. Everything in this car is completely OFC. This is Scar. I run Scar wire. And then the darker blue wire is Rockville OFC. So I run different stuff to different parts of the car. So I kind of know where it goes anyway. So if something was to go wrong, I know which wires to start tracing or whatever. But you can see right here, this has all been filled in. That's how much of a hole we had in the wall. So in other words, the car's pressure's coming to the back, which is what I'm saying. The car's going to just get louder and louder and louder because I'm not a fucking moron. I know what I'm doing. But what I'm going to do is this stuff will be filled over with factory pieces. And all this will be up under here is basically some storage. But you can see all up under the box, it really leaks from the bottom all the way to the back. So I'll show you on the other side. I have to wait till this dries, and then I'll pull these wires out, and then I'll be able to get up in here. And you use basically like a longer straw, and you can get up under the box with it. And I want to show you some other things that were happening, but up here we had to do the same thing. You can see where it's all foamed up there. Everything's foamed. That's a big ass hole that's going through the front. So even though it looks sealed, it's not completely sealed off, guys. This is what I'm trying to say. It's got to be, if you want your shit to be loud on a budget, you got to do the shit right. I mean, you got to do these little extra things. And you hear how the door shuts. I mean, it shuts like a new car, man. And this is an old beater. There's the new wires that are ran. All this is filled. All this channel is filled with foam. All of it. So all the foam, or all these bottom pieces are filled with foam. And here's something that I got. This is something that you got to pay attention to. See how that screw's backing out? This is something Duck had told me about. He said, always keep eye on these screws, and there you see one backing out. That's something that you gotta, I told Miller, I said, we gotta check these all the time. And you keep one on this side and you see it's fine. But now that, like I said, if you shut this door and play the music, man, I picked up my buddy last night and we rode around, and it's gonna knock the freaking door off the hinges. There ain't no doubt about that. On this part, this is where the 2 wires run up to the front. I'll also fill all this with foam, and this will get removed. So all this pillar will be foam. And then right up through here, you'll see that gap. Now, you didn't see that the other couple weeks and the last couple months and shit we've been doing filming. People aren't seeing the cracks up here. You see, I'm having to fill all this in because that's air escaping to the back of the car. You don't want air to go behind your damn wall. No, you're losing pressure. And this is for the newbies. The damn base heads know this shit. I'm not telling base heads this stuff. Base heads know this, but this is for new people. You can see down there where that's filled, and that's probably 4 inches deep where that's filled. And people are gonna go, well, how can you get the wire out? That stuff will come off wire. It won't stick to the wire permanently. You can just scrape it right off. It's no big deal. I got this stuff that we use at work, and it'll just clean it right up. Now, I've already ran the other 2 base knobs wiring, which I got to put the center console. Me and Miller's going to do that this week and get the car, all of the interior put back in it. Now, I'm already running 1 base knob up front for surge. This is the other ones for the new I'm going to use them for the PL3000s and monitor 3 amps, because I'm not going to run 6 bass knobs up here. This is just for monitoring the heat and shit like that, clipping, whatever. Yeah, I'm not seeing any clipping. There's nothing there. And these will be a good for when I put the bigger amps in, the V2 7K surges. Hopefully they're not turds. When I put them in, I'll be able to use those wires for that. And once I'm done with those amps, whenever they pop or whatever, probably run some MD12Ks or my Bruce Lee's. But my Bruce Lee's, I don't have to run that shit. No, just a bass knob. Show you back here, done the same thing. I'm showing you in detail, and then that way Miller knows about this stuff too. All this is filled as well, and I'll take a knife and shave that off, and it'll actually get a cover inside here, or we'll paint it, or maybe do like a rhino liner here. But if you look all down in that crack, all that down in there, even these places here, that's where the spare tire was. But all this has come out of this trough. I'm calling this a channel. This channel is all filled. So that's all foam. You see where I refoamed here. Everything's foamed down in there. I started foaming more over here. This will be sealed off at some point. But right now I'm not doing nothing until we make sure everything stays good and accessible. And I'll show you the other side that did the same thing, and I'll show you something else that's crazy. So this is the side I've already started filling the bottom. See, that's dry. That's been in there for a couple days. The wire's not in there. You see what I'm saying? I can move it. This will have a cover put on it. But you can see right there how much air. This is a hole under the box. So when you're seeing this car float towels and, you know, bang the windows up and shit like that, that's with this much air leaking from under the box. Yeah. And that's how much is leaking under the box. That's my responsibility to do that. And that's why I said, until I did all the wiring, this car, you're not going to see its full potential. And film does not do it justice. I took my buddy, he went to the Sundown show with me. He's the one that was in the wheelchair that got in Jonathan's shit when we passed everybody's ass and got put first in line. You know, I told you Jonathan was a good dude from Down for Sound. And I took Rodney out in this last night, and he was like, son of a bitch, man, this thing is stupid. And I said, I told you, man. And he watches every video I got. Now, the same thing up top, all that's filled in now. Do you see where it was not filled in? That was air getting through the top of the cab. So all this whole wall was leaking. And guys, when you're dealing with bass, that makes a difference. Now, this is what's crazy right here. This will tell you how much pressure is coming inside this cab. And this ain't no made up shit. Miller was here when I showed him. This is a piece of birch, okay? You'll see the black cracking right there, and you're like, why'd you do that? Well, I had to. This car was screwed here and here from the original get-go. This is just birch plywood. The problem is I could pull this out, and air was coming all the way through the inside of the box. The pressure in the car is so strong that it was pushing a layer of the plywood apart. So this whole thing here, from here all the way to here, was coming out, and I had to put the cracking behind it and then screw it. I mean, it's pushing the plywood apart by layers. You see what I'm saying? The layers are separating. That's how much pressure's inside the car. So that one, just show you that, and then I'll show you up front where, guys, I don't make up things. The shit's true, and I'll show people. But right there's where the top was leaking, coming through the top. And all this will have to be fiberglass and shit like that. I'll do that later. Our goal is to try to get ready for the shows coming up and make sure we don't have any issues and make sure everything's sealed off. But again, this channel right here is also sealed, all of it. So that's the reason the car is basically, and you'll see that screw's not backed out, but it is on the driver's side. So basically, what I'm trying to show you is when you do something like this and you don't know much about it, make sure you seal off everything in the car. The car's got 3 layers of Vibraflex in the floor, along with Sealus in the floor and DOT asphalt patch in every crack in this car. And that's why people look and go, well, I don't see shit flopping around. Now, you seen a video the other day and I had the door shut for a second. And this is when it was not right. It's right now. And you think, well, this mirror was looking like it's about to fall off. Guys, that mirror is tight. I can't move. I can move it this way. You can't move the mirror. I'm pulling on it as hard I'm pulling on it. Look how I'm hitting it. But when you see the videos, it's moving this far. That tells you how much it's moving. And in here, we know we're gaining a lot because the bar is separating from the roof, so it's got to be tightened up as well. And I got to do a little touching up, starting to come off right there. And then we'll got to paint this part right in here and get that painted up. And then we're going to do roundovers on the end. I got an idea of how I'm going to do that. I'm going to do them a little bit different than most people. But I wanted to show you what's going on and why it's going to be a lot louder real soon once we get the rest of it sealed off. Like I said, there's been a bunch of big holes, and like I said here, if you go to that side over there, you see how the wood's right here? That's the piece that's splitting in half. So if you're pushing enough pressure through paint and plywood and pushing it through the back of the car, it's making pressure, guys, for real. I mean, that's why I said it. I laugh about it. I said, it don't look impressive on TV to me. I mean, it looks like, I've seen people's stuff look like it's about to rattle the car apart and it's only doing 50s, and I'm laughing. I'm like, hell, we did that a month ago with 2 subs on baby power. That's at 2 ohms. So you can't go by what something looks like on a video. You have to get in it. The car is solid. That's the difference between a car with a rotten dash, which this doesn't have a rotten dash, and a car that's got good hinges and shit. Now I'll have to tighten this up, and you can see where this has been moving. That's what's causing this to move, because that screw's backing out. I mean, guys, it's pushing the shit. I mean, I know this is going to happen. It's just going, and we play the music with the windows down. I mean, because if you try to do it with one window up, it sounds like the car's going to come apart, literally. So that's why I don't do that. Thought I would share. Miller, this is what's been done. And he'll be here, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, next day, and we're going to finish this up. I got some more cars to do. You guys take care and have a great day. Thought I'd share and let you know what's going on here. See you.